Hello, IFCO students. Dr. Greg Stetzel here, mentored at the Sherman College student chapter. And what I'd like to do is talk to you today just a little bit about your why. I understand that the chapter is getting together on Thursday night to practice performing their why. And what I want to do is give you a little bit of insight as to the purpose of this little exercise and how it can benefit you as you do speaking in the future. Now, first of all, the purpose of doing this isn't so much to have you practice standing up and talking in front of a camera. Your purpose here is to really allow people to get to know you, because people go where people go because people go where people go. And people go to people they know. And one of the things that you really want to do with the why is you want to connect to the people that you're trying to reach. And you want to connect to them on a level that's more than a learning type level. You want to connect to them emotionally. So you want them to get to know who you are, who you are, and really reach out to them in a way that's going to be more of an emotional attachment than it is an educational attachment. So you want to let your audience know why they should listen to you, because when you get up and speak, you are the professional. You're the one that knows everything about what you're going to be talking about. So the more that they can connect to you, the better the message will be received. Now, another thing that's really important is, when do you share your why? Now, every time you get up to speak, every time that you introduce yourself to an audience, before you even tell them what you're going to talk about, you want them to know who you are and why you're the one standing in front of them. So that's the time to introduce your why, right at the very start of every talk, without fail. Because every time you speak, you want your audience to know who they're listening to, because that allows them to create that emotional attachment that's going to make them listen more closely. So how do you share your why? Now, if you go onto my Facebook page, which is Branchville Family Chiropractic on Facebook, you'll see that there's a number of talks that we have going on right now, another number of feeds. The first two that we produced were, what is my why? Why do I do what I do? And the second one is, why did I become a chiropractor? Now, when I do my why in front of an audience, I'll do them together. So it's going to be a rather lengthy story, anywhere from 5 to 7 minutes, but it doesn't have to be that long when you're up and you're speaking. In fact, the lectures that you're going to see on the Facebook page were broken into 2 segments. So the first of the segments is the core, the basis of my why, which began when I was 5 years old. The second one is why I became a chiropractor, which is actually an extension of the first one, but it extends into what really drove me to seek this profession out and to finally become a chiropractor, and why I continue with that. So your why doesn't have to be long, but it has to be precise, and it has to be about you. Because the more it is about you, the more you tell about you, the better the connection is going to be. So take the time to go onto the Facebook page there and take a look at the why videos, so you can get an idea of what's being said. Not that you're going to copy it, not that you have to do it exactly the same way. In fact, it's better if you don't do it the same way, because one of the key things here is that when you do your why, it should be you. It should be you speaking about you as you. Not you speaking about you as me, or you speaking about you as anybody else. It's always going to be you speaking about you as normally and as naturally and as comfortably as you can. That's how people make the connection. One of the things I found out early on when I started to learn how to speak from Dr. Joe Felicia and Dr. Guy Riekman is that if you tried to copy their styles and try to be them, you can't be you. And you don't make the connection that you want to make. You have to be you every time you speak. So don't think that because when I get up there and speak, I'm loud and boisterous and have a lot of motion, and you don't have to be me. You don't have to be Liam Schubel. You don't have to be Ed Cordero. What you have to do is be you. So I'm going to encourage you to practice being you, because only you can do that. Now, when you get up there and you start to do your presentation, bring out as much as you can about yourself. You want everyone to know who you are when you finish, so that when you get done, there's a connection between you and every person in your audience, as if you were speaking directly to them. So practice this. Practice it as often as you can. When you get together at the chapter meetings, every time you stand up to do any kind of a presentation, do at least 30 seconds about your why. So if you don't know what your why is, this is the time to establish that connection with yourself, find out what you're talking about, who you're talking about, and how you're going to relate that out to your audience. It's extremely important that they know who you are. So if you need any help, what you need to do is make sure that you have the IFCO Student App on your phone, on your iPad, on your desktop computer. Watch for the videos that are going to be coming out. We're going to have some of the best in chiropractic recording how they speak to patients, how they speak to audiences, so that they can help you to make a better connection as you get out there in the world and start to make those connections that you need to make yourself successful. We are here to help you. If you have any problem at any time, go onto the internet and send me an email at ifcostudents@gmail.com, and we will get your questions answered. We will connect you to the people that can help you work through it. But the big thing is you have to make the first connection, because we don't know that you have a question yet. So make sure you connect with us. Make sure you have your app on and watch those videos when they come on. In fact, I'm going to be putting up a couple of videos in the next few minutes to make sure that you have something to look at so you can practice with. And remember, it's all about you. Have a great day.